You play this for fun?
Well, I try to.
You literally play this for fun?
It's sometimes fun.
Don't wait for me, 'cause I keep breathing fire. I won't wait for you, 'cause you keep telling lies. I keep going high, she keeps going low. At the end of the day, she's gone. But you don't wait for me, 'cause I keep breathing fire. And you keep telling lies.
Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Outcasts to Icons, with me, a man very excited about today's youth intake. If you've enjoyed the series up to this point and you've been enjoying it still, drop a like. That really does help out massively. So I thought I'd just start on Rocco Simic just to show you the majesty that is this man and sort of prove the point I'm talking about how he's overperforming this year in front of goal. He's so good at taking low quality chances and turning them into goals. I don't know what it is. He is magical. Like, he's contributed 5 assists this year, but he's got 12 goals off of an XG of 5. No one in our team even comes close to that kind of ratio. Everyone's usually about bang on, roughly. Some are 1 or 2 above, 1 or 2 below, mostly above. Streakic is like 3 above, because obviously as a striker you generally get more goals in general. But the fact that Simic has been so good is insane. 12 goals this season already. He's our second highest goal scorer, playing so deep, but he just does things, and I love him for that. So we have our pre-game press conference, and interesting. Get Em to do the recruitment meetings and tactical briefings. Hey Em, you'll love these. No thank you. So I couldn't actually find how to turn on tactical briefings anymore. Are they just not in FM22? Because if so, that is beautiful stuff. I genuinely couldn't figure out how to turn them on. So you know what? I'm going to try and take a break from doing some press conferences and hand over to someone who's clearly much more qualified than I am. Yo, Em. She can't hear me. She's literally downstairs and the door's shut. But hey, for the theatre.
I can't even pronounce that. It's reportedly looking forward to going up against one of his former players, who I can't also pronounce. Thoughts on that? You play this for fun?
Well, I try to.
You literally play this for fun?
It's sometimes fun. Welcome to management, baby. That said, she still lasted longer as the manager here than I did at Osasuna. So hey, potato, tomato and all that. Meanwhile, while Em and I were busy doing press conferences, Ramadan Sobhi was apparently in the weight room. Ramadan, we have bigger things to be doing right now. And he's pulled his tummy, bless him. Now, those of you who've been watching the Euros, as most of us have been, will have probably seen, after the Denmark-Russia game, the Danish manager frantically checking his phone, desperately trying to get football scores to see if his team has qualified for the next round, but seeming to struggle to do so. Well, I'll tell you this, he would not have had that trouble had he had the One Football app on his phone, much like I and many of you do. He could have felt totally relaxed at the final whistle and gone and celebrated with the rest of his team. He could have taken part in fan voting on the app as well, keeping up to date with all the statistics for a club he supports back in Denmark or other clubs around Europe and the rest of the world. So as always, a huge thank you to OneFootball for sponsoring this video, and of course you can download the app for free with the link in the top line of the description. Okay, so moving along. We're away at Goritza today. All that hard work we did in beating Osijek could go up in flames today. Thankfully though, they have a equally tough, well not equally tough, but very nearly as tough game at home against Hajduk, who may be underperforming a little bit this season, but, and I hate to say it, they're probably still quite a good side. Not that they show that when they play us though. What do we do here? How do we go about this? The match fitness is finally creeping up. Backline, happy with that for now. Pavlish, really happy with that. PP, I don't know. I mean, honestly, I don't think I can justify taking him out, given that he's still once again played well. And I think, other than Anderson, most people have played pretty well lately, and with Sobhi being injured, as is Jelaver, there's really no one else that can come in other than Strock, who will have to come into the bench today in place of Sobhi. This is not going to be easy. This actually might be tougher than the Aussie. I mean, in theory, it shouldn't be, but we've got to go. It's in our own hands now. 5 points clear at the top of the league. We've given ourselves a tiny bit of breathing room, but we've been 4 or 5 points clear before, and not even without even losing, just dropping points occasionally. So it's up to us to be on our best behaviour here and continue playing as well as we have lately. We really have had a lot of goals in this team since we came back after Christmas, and that's been the real change for me. Like, we had a few games with big goal scoring before Christmas, but we've been I think we've scored 3 or more in every game since Christmas as PP smashed us in front after just 5 minutes, and I think I've been justified by putting him in the team. Vlade Strikic has really been racking up assists lately. It's like everything's just sort of coming together for us after Christmas now. This team and these players are really bedded into this system, and we're starting to remind me a little bit of Szeged, the way that season we had, where after Christmas we just took off. It's a great strike from PP though. 5th goal of the year for him, and I just don't think Braganza has that type of quality in him, to be fair. They've got a player down injured, which might leave them a man short defending this. So this is a chance for us to maybe sneak one in. Roberts is great ball and Ezra. I mean, look at that. They completely leave Ezri Konsa unmarked. We're 2-0 up in 20 minutes now. And I do suspect that Stoichevsky would well have been involved in that corner. So I do kind of feel a bit bad that we've taken that while they had a man down. But Konsa was completely unmarked here. He's under the 15 supposed to be marking, but he completely loses his man. And Ezri Konsa is lethal from that. 2-0. Mihailovic. Oh, he's put it through for PP. It was damn near 3-0 there. PP probably... That was actually a more difficult and easier chance, rather, than the one he did score. But once again, Strikic with a gorgeous little ball around the side. He is really running the show from the middle of the park for us at the moment. And now he's making that run. Can Simic find him? Yes, he can. Strikic knocks it down for Mihailovic. Round the side for Simic. Oh, they're linking up brilliantly here. Drops it back for PP now. Back for Simic. Back for PP! And back for PP again. And it's cleared. Wow. Just great play. Osijek have scored and do lead against Hajduk. They are really trying to keep lockstep with us if they can, as Simic has a shot that's well saved. So half time, and we are absolutely dominant here. 10 shots on target in the first half, 2 of which have gone in. We can still do better than this. PP's been amazing. We do still have to be a little bit careful. What on earth? Oh no. Simic should have scored there. He has a free opportunity to put that in the net and he doesn't. Strikic. Is there a pass behind for Mihailovic? Maybe, but Strikic could go alone here. He's got the speed and power to take on his man. He's got men coming into the box with him now. Goes to the edge for Simic. Can he pull out something magic? PP might. Oh, comes back to Braganza. Where's the overlap? There it is. Nice little work on the edge of the box for Strikic. Oh, what a finish. Vlade Strikic. 3-0. He is in a bit of a hot Strikic right now. A complete purple patch. Really nice football. Once again, it's another game in which we've scored 3 goals or more. That's a lot. Some really nice, intricate stuff. Mihailovic puts it through. On his right this time, Strikic. And, I mean, he'd made no mistake about that. He is in form right now. I brought Bosancic on just because it's nice to give youngsters a bit of football, particularly when you're already in a pretty comfortable position as well. So it's nice to see him get a bit of extra game time, particularly like a 25-minute period of this one too. He's going to get probably his longest spell of game time for us so far. As Strock is through, and oh, he should be finishing that. This is looking like another absolutely terrific performance. Surely the clean sheet though, well cleared by Basil. Oh, hello. PP could bring this clear. We've still got time left. Can Bosancic get involved again? He's going to make that run behind, surely. Can PP find him? There he is. Bosancic, loads of space. And that is an extremely good finish from Juraj Bosancic. You'll notice that's his 12th goal of the season. He's been playing for us in the second tier for our B team, essentially, and banging goals in. But that right there is just terrific work from Bosancic. 4-0. And I really do like this kid. And I think he's slowly replacing Dean Fisher in a way. It's a great first touch on his right foot and just a brilliant finish. Like, he's had chances every time he's been on the pitch for us. And Hajduk split have equalised in the 90th minute. We could go 7 clear at the top now. This would be a huge statement for us now. Braganza, Candelaria, just whip one in, mate. See what happens. And it's all the way through and cleared. And that's full time. A 4-0 victory away at Goritza as well. We have got goals for days in this team at the moment. PP, Konsa, Strikic and Bosancic. Just continual pummeling. Now we're creating something good. I can feel it. Varajdin also won 3-0 away at Dugopolia. But there you go. The Horvath goal in the 91st minute gives us a 7-point lead at the top. And I think now we're starting to get both hands. And I will really appreciate this because, yes, I know we won the League and Cup last year, but this year feels like us. This is our title. And I think we've done really, really well. Particularly to battle off a team that actually are putting up a title challenge. Right, so we're going to do quite a nice chunk off camera because we want to get through some stuff. And back in a minute for another game and a youth intake, most importantly. Right, we're back. That was a big chunk. So, first up, we were at home against Šibenik. It took till the 83rd minute. We were dominating this game for the most part. We couldn't get the breakthrough. Candelario whips the ball through, and there was Bosancic off the crossbar, 1-0. The young lad once again coming off the bench and doing us a massive favour and grabbing a great victory for us here. Candelario was superb again, but we probably could have had more goals here. Their keeper made 14 saves. Next up, it was away to Dugopolia, one of the struggling sides in the league, and PP was just very, very good again. Great ball through from Anderson, gets on the end of it on the half-an-hour mark to give us the lead. We changed a few little things in this one, and just after half-time, more magic. This time, Simic getting into the box, driving towards the byline, whipping it back across, and there was PP for 2-0. Another really strong performance, comfortable. This time did manage to get the second goal, thank God, but we are looking a lot better since Christmas. Next up, it was away at Rijeka, and once again, we had to wait till the 86th minute. Strock with the ball through, deflects off Fisher for 1-0. And that was all she wrote. But yet again, a really strong performance where we just sort of... It was similar to how we had before, where we were creating a lot of chances and not scoring the goals. This time we are still getting the goals and getting the wins. And I think it's just we've sharpened up so much at the back that it's basically if we score, we win at the moment. Then things started to open up a little bit away at Lokomotiva, who've sort of dropped their defensive style a little bit this time around. They seem to have changed system. Braganza with the ball through. Jelabert getting on the end of it after Edwin Anderson's injury in the last game made it 1-0 on like 8 minutes. Then after just 16 minutes, a gorgeous ball put over over the top. Mihailovic was onto it and dropped that one home for 2-0. Nice to see Tony getting into double figures for the season, which is exactly what he did with this gorgeous free kick to make it 3-0 in the first half. Good result. Didn't really do a lot in the second half of this game, but we didn't really need to because we'd already got this game killed dead. We then had another derby against Hajduk. Solbaken's ball in was put into the back of the net on 5 minutes as they scored and took the lead in the derby. But it only took us about 10-15 minutes to get ourselves back level. Braganza with the ball here. PP drops it around the side, and of course, Strikic leveled the game up for us. But sadly, we were unable to muster another goal after that, despite having a ton of chances. And technically, well, their only shot on target was the goal, and we were unable to grab the victory in the end of the derby. Disappointing as we dropped points to Osijek. Next up, we were at home to Varaždin, one of the struggling sides. We'd actually missed a penalty earlier in this game. Annoying thing about the penalty, as PP drilled us 1-0 up here, was the fact that when the penalty was given, the ball was crossed in and a player was fouled, but he still won the header and the ball went in the back of the net. And yeah, we then missed the penalty, which was quite frustrating. So there you go. Still got the win though, thank goodness. Our final league game off camera was away against Slaven Belupo. They start off quite strongly, but a red card in the 19th minute really did put haste to any hope they had of getting a result, as PP slotted us a goal up in the 38th minute, and we kind of just went from strength to strength then in the second half. Playing against 10 men was very, very easy for us, as we just kept carving them open. Ramadan Sobi with a ball through, Simic on the end of it to make it 2-0 just before the hour mark, and just after the hour mark, we had one more piece of goodness. Roberts is with the ball in. Great volleyed finish there from Basila as well to really put the icing on the cake. They did grab a goal back in the 90th minute. We gave Juma a little bit too much space, and he was able to grab himself a goal he was able to get a chance for them, which they did convert. But still, a 3-1 victory, very strong performance from us, but I was still a bit worried about the way that they'd started that game until they had a couple of little chances here, and it actually doesn't make it look like they were good, but honestly, they could have scored both of them. And lastly, we had our cup semi-final against the very same team. 65 minutes onto the clock, Yelovic gets the ball and bends it home, and we fell behind against them at home with only 25 minutes to go. And then, in the 69th minute, with only 20 minutes to go, they grabbed themselves another goal. Flicked down, bit of a melee in the box, and we found ourselves 2-0 down in the semi-final. The exact last thing we would have wanted at that point. But then, some melees in the other box this time. The ball comes back to Candelaria in the 73rd minute, whipped him brilliantly, Simic knocks it down, and there was Mezga to get us back in the game with 15 minutes to go, and moments later in the 80th minute, Mihovil Strok's brilliant strike was enough to give us the equaliser in this game, but then we gave away a penalty in the 91st minute. And sadly, that was enough to knock us out. The penalty was very annoying. It was definitely a foul, but it was not in the box. It was one of those ones where it's right on the corner between the touchline and the penalty area, but it was very clearly, the ball wasn't, and neither was the player inside the box. So I just figured it was going to be one of those ones where they go and then they say it's outside the area. Nope, they didn't even check it. Essentially it just went VAR, penalty, and I was like, what? But there you go. So we're out of the cup to the very same team that we'd just beaten in the previous game. Frustrating, because we were so good in that second half. After falling 2-0 down, we were brilliant and looked like we possibly could have gone on to win if we got that to extra time, but then the penalty just completely killed us and it was too late to have any recourse. But we are not champions yet. We're 8 points clear at the top of the league right now from Osijek. 85 points. We've already got 6 points more than we had in the whole of last season with 4 games to go. Technically, we could still get 97 points if we carry on like this, which is kind of mad. Osijek as well are only 2 points off the tally that we got when we won the league last season. Now, we've had a youth intake. You should be seeing it on your screen right now. A bit disappointing considering what I was kind of hoping we'd get, but then we do have some quality players now. I'll just take you through a couple of them. So George Ademi was the Albanian left back that we talked about. Pretty good, really. He's not bad, to be fair. I think it's just maybe the potential is a little bit lacking, and maybe that'll, I don't know, that's unlikely to change, is it? I think that's really the thing. His ceiling might not be that high. There's also Oliver Hajduk, who is a midfielder. I feel like you have the wrong name to be playing for this club, sir. Are you lost? The player that I'm most excited about is Bruno Galovic, who, as you can see, is already developing quite nicely. He's a centre-back, 6'1", great jumping reach, some okay physical, some lovely mentals, good bravery, good aggression. Nice stuff for a centre-back, 15 tackling, marking's 11, heading's only 9, but he's only 15. This guy feels like he has a lot of the base parts that he could become an absolutely brilliant player, because he already has excellent tackling, and you know how hard that is to train up. But he's 6'1", good in the air, good personality. Really, really like this guy. So I think Bruno Galovic is definitely the standout in this team by a country mile. And we're literally playing Gorica again. I realise we've come full circle in this episode, but we needed to get through a big chunk. So Sobi's now injured. Wow, we've really got struggles in this position. Anderson, is he back enough? I think he might have to start here. Roberts sadly broke his leg in a training session yesterday, which is about as bad news as you can possibly get. Also, Pavlish, look at this. He's really stepping into this fold now as an absolute don of a player. He's so good. So Fisher will come on the bench for Roberts. And I think that will have to do at the moment because other players are still sort of lacking fitness. I'll be honest, I am still kind of annoyed that we didn't get through in the cup. We didn't do well enough initially in that game, but once we found our feet, we really were looking like we were going to go on and win it. and then just stupid penalty. Just very frustrating. So often, those ones on the edge of the area, and it wasn't even close this time, were always given outside, and it's just one of those things, isn't it, really? And that would have been such a terrific way to end the season. If we'd have done the League and Cup double and managed to beat Osijek in both of them, that would have been a real moment. So it's frustrating that we haven't been able to do it. But at least we did win the Cup last year, so we've got that to us. But we want to win the League this year, and I want to win it well. So hopefully we can carry on, push through these final 4 games of the season, and try to win all of them. I really want to push and see if we can win all of them and get 97 points this season, which would be a massive step up over last year. And it really would show that we've been moving in the right direction with this team. PP's in. Oh, that is... Oh, what a save. I say save. What a block. That looked for all intents and purposes as if Strikic was just going to slide that into an empty net and give us the perfect start here. We could do with some favours being done for us elsewhere. In fact, what am I talking about? There is an opportunity for us to win the league today, because if we win and they lose, we win it. Who got an international call-up as Mihailovic's shot as well saved. Babic? Who was it? It was Babic? I wrote it down somewhere. Babic, Fisher and Hodak. They all got international call-ups for Croatia and got their first caps. We're going to have to rely a lot on Pavlich's delivery from set pieces. Anderson. Oh, wow. That was a really nice disguised pass from Strikic. Can we get someone on the end of it, though? Candelaria and Strikic. Oh, the crossbar. Nice work, though. Lovely play. It just occurred to me. Basila. Oh, I think Basila's got an injury as well. Sorry, I forgot to mention that. Basila has a slight injury. Whoa, that is a dangerous tackle. So he's going to miss a few games now. So we have definitely lost a few key members of the team lately, which isn't fantastic. And Kovic is Oh, dearie me. The complacency of us being so good over that period of match. We were unplayable for about 2 months. And I just saw the first signs of it in that first game against Slaven, where they were quite decent in the early stage. This has literally been cleared. Oh, we've cleared the ball and then it's gone straight back through. Godfrey going long and he's flicked it down and he's actually going to get on the end of it. Wow. Like, I know you'll see this goal conceded by us occasionally, but it does happen pretty rarely for the most part. It's one of the ways that teams can get through us if we fail to win those headers, and that was just trash. Such a simple piece of play. But even then, he has such a huge head start on Kovic, and once again, he's just complacent on the ball. And, guys, do you want to win the title or not? Hajduk are beating Osijek, which is helpful. Pavlich with a gorgeous delivery, but once again, right, I've given them a right bollocking, because we were looking pretty solid in this first half for the most part. Just doing what we normally do, controlling the game, having a little chance here and there, wait for the moment to come, and then we hand them a goal on a silver platter, and then proceed to hand them another goal immediately after that. It's like they just completely lost their heads. It reminds me of the Marseille and the Napoli games a little bit. Oh, he's given it to Strikic. That was not expecting that. He can get back on the left foot. He's gone on the left. Oh, he does get it back to his left, but it isn't a good finish from Vlade Strikic, quite sadly. This would be our first home defeat of the season, and it would be only our second league defeat of the year. We've been so consistent with our lineups over the last couple of months, and it's made a massive difference, but we'll see. We've still got plenty of time. Still half an hour. We get to go back soon, and there's always a chance. Oh, Simic is into the box. He has to shoot here, and he's once again saved by Godfrey. We've been pretty good. It seems that I accidentally brought on Bosancic on the 75th minute instead of Kem Campbell. So that's dumb. I don't remember doing that. Must have clicked the wrong button. That's certainly not would not have helped us. And there we have it. Dinamo Zagreb 0, Gorica 2. Definitely our first home defeat of the season. And I've got to say, I still think we're a bit unlucky to lose that game in the grand scheme of things. But hey, that just happens sometimes. Players that were perhaps being relied upon to take those chances just weren't up to it today. There were some big opportunities for the likes of Konsa and for Strikic, and they just couldn't handle it. I was kind of hoping that we'd go unbeaten at home all season. But sadly, it appears that's not going to be the case. That said, we do maintain our 8-point gap as Hajduk comfortably dismantle Osijek in the end. Still 14 points off the pace, but you can see they really have picked it up in the second half of the season, despite still losing to us. You know, there's that. And you know what that means? It means the title is not secured yet, and we still have to go away to Osijek. We still need, really, 2 points from our final 3 games. We've now lost 2 in a row out of nowhere. Isn't it just, yeah, it's how it goes anyway. So, it's been a long one, I feel like. If you've enjoyed this, drop a like, that'd be gorgeous. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, that'd be sick too. Stream on Twitch, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays, so you can follow there as well. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for, well, the title decider. We may be 8 points clear, but a defeat to Osijek, and then we've already lost, that would be 3 straight defeats, and it could just start to spiral. I'll see you guys soon. Thank you so much for watching. Hold your gun, Capybara, bye-bye.